kids, hello cheeky monkeys, hey mighty mamas, rad dads, friends near and far, across the globe, close to home. Welcome all to my Forever Young Creative Kids story time with Nanny Laura. So as a nanny, I get to read lots of lovely storybooks to my gorgeous nanny children. It's a very special time that we share, so I thought I would share some of that love and some of that joy with you today. So parents, carers, go grab yourself a cup of coffee, chill, switch off the brain, switch off the mind, close down your eyes. I've got the kids covered for the next 15 minutes or so. It's a bit of a longer story today, so you go and make yourself a nice hot cup of tea. I've got the kids sorted. Children, come on in. Welcome to my little world of imagination. Come down, get comfy, cozy, snuggly buggly, and we shall begin. Today I have chosen a very charming storybook that I was introduced to by one of my lovely nanny families. The girls in that family adore this book, so girls, this one is for you. It's called Ruby Red Shoes Goes to London. And of course, me being English and having lived in London for a few years, it's obviously close to my heart as well. So I thought I would give a bit of a shout out to England through this difficult time. A lot of people are suffering back home. So stay positive, stay healthy, stay safe. This one's for you. There's one other reason why I love this book too, and red is my favourite colour. So I thought I would put on my favourite red dress to match the storybook and have a bit of fun with it today. So this book is written by Kate Knapp and it's also illustrated by Kate Knapp. The drawings and artwork in this book are stunning. They're beautiful, they're charming, they're very quaint, very cute. I think Kate Knapp has used pencil and watercolour paints to create this, and absolute complete respect for her. Like, the stories in this book are amazing. It must have taken a long time to write and also to do these amazing drawings. So I will show them to the camera as much as I can so you can see how special this book really is. Okay, without further ado, we shall start. Ruby Red Shoes Goes to London, written and illustrated by Kate Knapp. Ruby Red Shoes is a white hare who lives in a prettily painted caravan with her grandmother, Babushka, Galina, Galushka. What a wonderful name. There they are, in a pretty little caravan. Babushka, Galina, Galushka. I love it. Ruby Red Shoes and Babushka are on holidays and have just arrived in London on a foggy evening. The city blows a cold breath of air that rushes around their ears and snakes around their ankles. They shiver with delight at the wintry welcome and the scent of a new city carried with it. There they are, looking a little bit chilly, the wind blowing them. It can get very cold in London. Ruby and Babushka descend the longest escalator imaginable deep beneath the city, to the London Underground, where the trains run along their dark little burrows. Whee! Down they go. They hop aboard a train that comes swooshing alongside the platform. Then before Ruby knows it, they arrive at their destination and hop off. There it is, the tube. It's the heartbeat of the city, really, the London Underground. So many trains rushing past underneath the people as they're above. As they make their way along the frosty streets with their charming brick houses, Ruby thinks the golden lamps look like they have halos. These caring angels show them where to go in the dark. They arrive at 6 Lunar Crescent, where excited faces are waving from the window. And this looks like a very traditional English street there with the red bricks. And there's her family waving. How exciting! Once inside, there is a joyful jumble of cuddles and kisses among a tumble of coats and luggage. Ruby now knows what her clothes feel like when they get tangled in the wash. When everyone unravels, Ruby meets her Auntie Pinky and cousins Samantha and Hugo. There they all are, having a big snuggly cuddle. I love big snuggly cuddles. I miss big snuggly squishy cuddles. We'll get some soon. They perch around Auntie Pinky's kitchen table to eat their supper. There are boiled eggs in cheery egg cups with buttered toast soldiers. Ruby tries a medley of cooked vegetables called Bubble and Squeak, which doesn't really bubble or squeak and tastes delicious. There they are around the kitchen table. Bubble and Squeak, has anyone eaten that for their dinner? It's a bit of a mishmash of potatoes and vegetables and maybe some leftover meat from your roast dinner, all in a pan, fried up, and it tastes very scrummy, maybe with some cheese on top. Delicious. Over crumpets with marmalade and cups of hot tea, surrounded by pots and pans, they make plots and plans for tomorrow's adventures. Crumpets with marmalade. Hot cups of tea. Delicious. Ruby notices some of the books around her are about the stars, a subject dear to her heart, and as she soon learns, close to her auntie's heart too. Auntie Pinky draws a special map for Ruby to show where the stars, planets and moons stood when they welcomed baby Ruby into the world. Here's a little look at the drawings. That's them having their supper. Their eggies and soldiers, yummy crumpets and marmalade. And here's Auntie Pinky drawing the lovely, beautiful picture of the stars in the sky. That evening, Ruby sinks into a warming bath. The very bath her mother and Auntie Pinky used to splash around in as little hares. She can just imagine them giggling amongst the soapy bubbles, and it makes her smile. Even though Ruby wishes her mother and father could be with her, Babushka Galushka lovingly reassures her that they are 2 of the brightest stars in the sky, watching over her always. Ruby knows just which ones because they stand side by side, shining brilliantly like diamonds and winking, reminding Ruby that they are with her forever. But that's Ruby's own little secret. This is a nice drawing here. So that's Ruby in the bath. And there's the 2 twinkling stars shining through. Their mummy and daddy up in the sky. The new day begins with a lively wake-up song from a rather chipper robin redbreast. Does everyone know what a robin redbreast is? It's a cute little bird with a bright red chest of feathers. And I think they're just native to Europe. I don't think we get robins in Australia. Ruby and her cousins take a scenic trip around London in an open-top bus. Ruby thinks it's a funny and brilliant idea to remove the lid of the bus so that you can see out, although not quite so funny if it rains. And here it is, the double-decker red bus. These are very popular in London. You see them all around, and this one has an open top there, so you can do a tour around and see all the fantastic sights of London. And here's the robin redbreast. Okay, this page has lots of different little drawings on, so I will try my best to go through and show you. Okay, Over the Tower Bridge we go as the River Thames runs below. This clever bridge lifts its arms to the sky so all the boats can pass on by. Tick-tock, it's Big Ben standing so straight and tall. His musical chime keeps London on time. The lion is the symbol of Britain and the unicorn is the symbol of Scotland. They are everywhere you look. Here's the statue of Anteros. He is one of the Greek gods of love. Isn't he lovely keeping watch over Piccadilly Circus? The Tower of London is home to the precious crown jewels and 6 ravens who guard the tower. It is said that if the ravens leave, the kingdom will fall. So much to learn at the British Museum. It's time for tea. Yummy tea and cake. Striking silver teapots, dainty fine china, crisp cucumber sandwiches, heavenly Victoria sponge, named after Queen Victoria. I love teapots and teacups. I have a very cute collection. Yeah, I like to collect them. They're cute. I also love Victoria sponge. I think it might be my favourite cake in the whole wide world. And I bake this quite often and eat it all up. Not all of it. Oh, what happy news today, a new royal hair. The Times did say, bless this little royal toes. And kisses on soft pink nose. Off to Buckingham Palace we go, with a friendly lion and unicorn in tow. Let's watch the Queen's Guard dressed in a cardinal red, wearing a hat too big for his head. And I'll let you have a closer look at all of those lovely drawings there. They're having a very fun-filled day. I think the best part is the tea and cake so far. Who doesn't love tea and cake? Wow. I wonder who's home at Buckingham Palace. Who lives there? Does anyone know? I think we might find out. And here is Ruby Red Shoes. She's posting a postcard in the bright red letterbox. And the postcard says, Dear chickens, I'm having so much fun exploring London. My shoes feel right at home here. And look, I found a red stamp. Did you know the rose is the national flower of England? I love red roses. Big hugs for the giant Harrods bear. There he is. Ring, ring. It's a red telephone box. Let's call the chickens. And here is Liberty, which is a very good store in London. The dainty fabric prints at Liberty are like a meadow of flowers. I'm sure there are bees buzzing by. Liberty has the most wonderful collection of fabrics. It's like artwork on cloth. It's amazing. Here we go. All of the little things you'll find in London. It's making me want to visit. But I can't leave Australia now because they've closed the borders. Babushka, Galushka and Ruby visit the splendid emporium of Fortnum and Mason, another great store in London. They marvel at the fine array of goods, ornate tins of fragrant tea, boxes of melt-in-your-mouth biscuits and trays of marzipan fruits, all as pretty as a dream. Babushka buys a box of their renowned rose and violet cream-filled chocolates. Wow. She pops a rose cream into Ruby's mouth. Ruby's carried away by the heavenly experience and can't quite work out if she is smelling a bunch of fragrant roses or eating them. They sound delicious. Can someone send me over some chocolates from London, please? Thank you. Yum, yum, yum. The food that they sell from Fortnum and Mason is very scrummy. As they amble along the streets of London, the decorated shop windows captivate Ruby. A bookshop, a shoe shop, a florist, a boutique, a toy store. Wow, look at all those cute little shops. I bet your favourite would be the toy store, huh? Who doesn't love a toy store? I love toy stores and I'm a grown-up. A hairdressing salon? But hold on! This is no ordinary salon with hairs inside. Instead, there is an assortment of dogs having their hair fluffed, or their fur fluffed, and their nails polished. It's a hairdresser for dogs. I think the dog's owners might have a little bit too much money to spend. Ruby is so absorbed that she turns and tumbles straight into a pile of Corgis that are leaving the shop. The dogs are bouncy and boisterous after their baths and blow dries and eager to say hello. Ruby receives their affections with open arms, so much so that she's soon off balance and sitting in a joyful pool of Corgi cuddles and kisses. Ah, that's cute. There they are. The Corgis are a breed of dog, so they're quite short and dumpy, but very cute. I wonder who owns Corgis. It's their owner, who helps Ruby to her feet and reigns in her furry entourage. Then Ruby sees who the owner is. The Queen! Her Majesty! Ruby is starstruck by the Queen as well as diamond-struck by her jewelled crown. The Queen apologises for her Corgi's behaviour and admires Ruby's red shoes. She confides that she also has a love of red shoes as well as animals, especially horses and dogs. Ruby tells her about chickens and how they learn French to keep their minds busy. The Queen chuckles at the very thought of them. Ruby feels giddy to meet such a warm and kindred spirit. And there's the Queen meeting Ruby with all her doggies. She's lucky to meet the Queen. Wow. That evening, Ruby is soothed to sleep by the rhythmic clattering of the trains running along their tracks. Within 2 winks of a star and 2 blinks of her eyelids, Ruby is asleep. She dreams about the Queen and roses. Lots of roses. Wow. Special carriage. Who's pulling the carriage? It's a unicorn. Wow. Beautiful. On this night, while all the hares are slumbering, drifts of frosty visitors arrive silently from the dark sky and carpet the city of London. It's some snow angels coming from the sky. Whee! Dawn creeps in through the bedroom window, and before Ruby opens her eyes, she can tell there is something different about the day. It's very, very quiet, like the world is hiding beneath the bed covers. Ruby leaps to the window to see everything covered in the most beautiful soft snow. It's as though London has been dusted with too much icing sugar. The snow's arrival brings Auntie Nettie the knitter, who is dressed in her colourful creations. She has also brought warm woolies for everyone. All the hares at 6 Lunar Crescent troop to the park to play in the freshly fallen snow. Wow, it's snowing! They're going to have lots of fun playing in the snow, aren't they? Who doesn't love the snow? Not much snow in Australia though. Maybe in the mountains. The cousins build snow hares, have snowball fights and whiz around the ice on skates. That looks lots of fun. Looks like lots of fun. I like ice skating too, but I always seem to fall on my bottom when I go ice skating. Has anyone else been ice skating? Lots of fun. All too soon, it is time to leave the enchanting city of London. After their loving goodbyes to Auntie Pinky, Samantha and Hugo, they travel home with happy hearts and special memories. They go to the airport in the big black cab. Back at their cosy caravan, the chickens are overjoyed to see Ruby. There are a lot of fluttering feathers and tears of joy, and one chicken becomes faint with excitement. Ruby and her grandmother sit and sip welcome home tea and ponder how thankful they are for all they have experienced. They send a hello via the first evening star to their loved ones so far away, but so close in their hearts. This is a nice drawing of their beautiful caravan, and there's the evening star. How lovely. And these are the chickens going, woo, a bit loopy because Ruby's home. They're very excited. Ruby's journey has come to a close. She unpacks her bags and pins her star map to the wall. She thinks of all the glittering lights in the sky and the love of family and friends around her. Ruby feels a deep peace settle within her as she realises that wherever in the wonderful universe she may go, home is a treasure she always carries in her heart. The same as me. I feel the same as Ruby. The end. Did you love that story? I loved that story. I'm sure you can tell how much I love it. There's lots of things in that book that I love. Ruby, I've got very similar tastes to Ruby, I guess. But yes, it's nice to read something about London and about England and about home. Lovely story. So thank you, Kate Knapp. And if you don't have this book in your collection, then I think you should add it to it because it's very magical. Thank you for listening. Spread the love. Join my Instagram page, Forever Young Creative Kids. But in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay positive and happy. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.